The role of the trumpet, for me personally in this piece, I think is really interesting because trumpet is an instrument whose birthplace happens on the battlefield. And then you see a trajectory going through the Romantic period, especially with Mahler, where the trumpet takes on a different role. It's more of a vocal instrument. It can be very tender. It can be very funny. It can be kind of witty. And Mahler is one of the composers that really brings out this softer side of the trumpet. And it makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. It's so transcendent and beautiful.
Mahler, in his lifetime, he was actually not well regarded at all as a composer, but he was probably the most famous conductor on the planet at the time. The Fifth Symphony for me is more personal, and it's more just about humanity and about overcoming the struggle, and the scope, I guess, of emotion, the range he takes us through is amazing. In the beginning, you have this very dark, depressing, sad funeral music that's, it's like it just makes your heart ache when it starts, and it's just, he writes that it has to be heavy. He tells us that don't rush, this has to, You start in that place with Doug, who begins the principal trumpet, beginning this fanfare and leading into the funeral march, and 65 minutes later, you're at actually a place of great joy. There are all sorts of effects for the woodwinds, and you hear, the jokes and conversations. You hear joy. It's been described, I've read some people describe it even as at times slapstick. And it's amazing to think that you get to that point when you hear how the symphony opens.
Over the course of 3 or 4 rehearsals, like, I get it. We get it. We're now a we. We're not 90 eyes on stage. We're a we in an emotional way, in an intellectual way, almost a spiritual way with Mahler, I would say.
And so in a way, I think that's really the crux of Mahler 5, is getting that arc emotionally, and then of course it's just such fantastic music. It shows off the orchestra in a very dynamic, compelling, beautiful, powerful way.